Hi, and welcome to a Life Soul podcast, where we explore personal growth, high performance, and intentional living. I am Wasim Balani, and I believe life isn't just about getting through the day, it's about becoming fully alive in everything we do. Through my journey, whether in medicine as a heart rhythm cardiologist, cycling and running, or personal development, I have learned that success isn't just about reaching goals, but about who we become along the way. This podcast is here to inspire and challenge you to push your limits, cultivate discipline, and live with purpose. Join me each week as we dive into ideas, reflections, and practical strategies to help you grow into your best self. So let's get started. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to a Life Soul podcast. I want to start with something that happened the other day. I was talking with someone at work who looked really down. You could see it on her face, the discouragement, the doubt, the heaviness. She was struggling to see anything positive in her situation. So I tried to encourage her. I reminded her of some of the good things she already had, the progress she'd made, and that even in hard times, there's always something to hold on to. And at one point in the conversation, I told her, think of the cup as half full. Now, we've all heard that phrase before, right? It's so common that it almost feels like a cliche. But in that moment, it felt real. Because the truth is, most of us walk around looking only at the empty half of the cup. What we don't have, what we haven't achieved, what's missing. But the reality is, there is already water in the cup. There are blessings, there are wins, there are things worth being grateful for and celebrating. And that's what I want to talk about in today's episode. What it means to see the cup half full, and how this mindset could completely shift the way we live. See, it's so easy to focus on what's missing, the promotion you didn't get, the money you wish you had, the goal you haven't achieved yet. And when that's your only focus, life feels empty. But here's the thing, the cup is never completely empty. Most of us already have water in our cups. We survived challenges. We've grown. We've accomplished things. We've been blessed in more ways than what we can count. But we tend to forget, or worse, we dismiss it. We say, yeah, but it's not enough. And that's what robs us of joy. That's what makes life feel like one long chase. Because we forget to look at what's already there. And you might wonder, why do we do that? Why do we always zoom in on the empty part? It's something psychologists call the negativity bias. Our brains are wired to notice problems and threats more than the good stuff. See, thousands of years ago, that helped us survive. If our ancestors missed a danger, it could cost them their lives. But here we are today, and our brains still hold on to the negatives. That's why you can get 10 compliments, but if one person criticizes you, that's the thing you replay in your head at night. And that's why failure echoes louder than success. One psychologist said it perfectly that the brain is like Velcro for the negative and Teflon for the positive. The bad sticks, the good slides right off. But here's the good news. Our minds and brains are trainable. We can rewire them. Every time we pause to notice the good, the water that's already in the cup, we're training our brain to see more of it. And that, my friends, is where gratitude and celebration come in. Gratitude is looking at your cup and saying, look at what's already here, and I'm so grateful for it. It's not pretending everything is fine. It's not ignoring the struggles. It's just choosing to see what's already good and being thankful for it. And honestly, we take so much things for granted. Think about it. Waking up this morning, having food on the table, a safe place to sleep. The mere fact that you can even listen to this podcast right now, that means you've got a phone, internet, and a few minutes to yourself. Gratitude is waking up in the morning and realize, I got another day. It's sitting at the table and saying, I have food to eat. It's looking at the people you love, or even just a roof over your head, and remembering these are blessings, not guarantees. The problem is we often forget. We rush past them. We're so busy thinking about what's missing or what we still want that we overlook what's already in our hands. But here is the perspective shift. What you and I take for granted every single day is what someone else, somewhere in the world, is desperately praying for. For some people out there, a warm meal isn't certain. For others, safety and peace aren't part of their daily life. Even clean water, something we barely think about, is a daily struggle for millions of people on this earth. When we stop and really think about that, gratitude becomes very real. It's not some fluffy idea, it's a way of living. Choosing to notice what's in your cup and to be thankful for it instead of living as if it's empty. And science backs this up. Studies show that gratitude lowers stress, strengthens relationships, and literally rewire your brain towards the positives. And it doesn't take hours. It can be as simple as writing down 3 things you're grateful for every day. Just 3. Do it long enough, and you'll notice your mind and heart start to shift. But gratitude is just one part of the picture. There's also celebration. Think about gratitude is noticing what's in your cup, and celebration is honoring it. And let's be honest, most of us aren't very good at celebrating ourselves. We work hard for something, we finally achieve it, and then what do? We immediately move on to the next thing. No pause, no joy, no moment to acknowledge how far we've come. But why do we do that? Sometimes we think it's not a big deal. Sometimes we're scared of looking like arrogant. And sometimes we're just wired to chase the next thing or the next goal without ever stopping to breathe. But here's the truth. When you don't celebrate, you rob yourself of the joy you've already earned. You take away the fuel that could power you through the next challenge. And celebration doesn't mean bragging. It doesn't mean throwing a giant party. It can be as simple as telling yourself, I did that, I showed up, I followed through. It could be treating yourself to something small, or just pausing for a moment to feel proud. Because when you celebrate, you're not just rewarding yourself, you're telling your heart and your mind, this mattered, I'm growing, I am moving forward. And that builds confidence, momentum, and energy for what's next. Think about it. When a runner crosses a finish line, they don't just keep running without stopping. They raise their hands, they smile, they celebrate the victory, no matter how small. And that joy is what keeps them coming back for the next race. Your life works the same way. If you never celebrate, every goal feels empty. But if you do, every step becomes meaningful. So basically, celebration transforms progress into motivation. Now, let me be clear with you. Looking at the cup half full by being grateful and celebrating what you've done doesn't mean you stop dreaming. It doesn't mean you become less ambitious. It doesn't mean you get lazy. You can be thankful and still ambitious. In fact, gratitude makes ambition healthier. And here's the difference. If you only focus on what's missing, ambition feels heavy. It feels like you're never enough. But when you're grateful, ambition becomes joyful. You're chasing more not because you're empty, but because you're already full and you want to grow. So yes, keep filling your cup, but don't forget to notice and celebrate the water that's already there. And for me, as a person of faith, this goes even deeper. I can't talk about gratitude without bringing it back to faith. Because at the heart of it, gratitude isn't just about feeling good. It's about recognizing God's blessing in our lives. The truth is, He gives us so much. His blessings and gifts to us are countless. Every breath we take, every morning we wake up, the food on our tables, the people we love, even the health in our bodies, all of it is from Him. But here's the sad part. Most of the time, we don't realize the value of a blessing until it's gone. We don't think about how precious our health is until we get sick. We don't think about how beautiful it is to walk without pain, or to see with clear eyes until something changes. And that's what hit me. What if we remembered to thank Him while we still had the blessing? What if we pause every day to notice his gifts before they slipped away? And regardless of what you believe, I think we can all agree that pausing to notice the good in our lives change how we experience it. So how do we actually apply those ideas into practice? Let me share a few thoughts with you. One idea is to start noticing the little things in your cup every single day. Don't overcomplicate it. It could be as simple as saying to yourself, I'm grateful I woke up today. I'm grateful I have food on my table. I'm grateful I made it through another workday. The small things count, and they add up. Another big idea is to actually celebrate your progress. You don't have to wait for some huge milestone to feel the joy. Maybe you finished a workout even when you didn't feel like it. Maybe you finally sat down and read a few pages of that book you've been putting off. Maybe you just showed up today when everything in you wanted to quit. That deserves celebrating. And when you do, it tells your heart, I'm moving forward, I'm not stuck. And here's something else to think about. When envy creeps in, when you look at someone else's cup and it seems fuller than yours, try to flip it. Instead of saying, why don't I have that, say, I'm thankful for what's in my cup and I'm inspired by what's in theirs. And that shift turns envy into motivation. And one more big idea, hold on to the good moments a little longer. Our minds are quick to replay the bad, but we rush past the good so fast. So when something positive happens, don't just brush it off. Pause, breathe it in, let it sink in. And that's how you start rewiring your brain to see more of the full cup. So before we close, I want to remind you, my friends, that your cup is already half full. Yes, there will always be things missing. There will always be goals you haven't reached yet, and struggles that weigh you down. But at the same time, your cup already holds blessing, progress, and proof that you made it through hard things before. So don't live as if it's empty. Don't overlook what's already there. Use gratitude to notice what's in your cup and celebrate what you've already achieved. Give yourself permission to pause, to say, this mattered, I did it. And at the same time, use ambition as a fuel for you to keep going, to keep filling your cup with more growth, more progress, and more blessings. And maybe the most important reminder of all, that the cup will never be perfectly full in this life. There will always be something you could add, but that doesn't mean you cannot enjoy what's already inside. So this week, I want you to pause and look at your cup. Notice what's already there. Celebrate what you've already done, and then take the next step to keep filling it. Because one day, you'll look back and realize your cup was far fuller than you ever gave yourself credit for. And then you'll wish you had taken more time to notice, to be grateful, and to celebrate while you were still on the journey. So don't wait. Look at your cup today. It's not empty. It's already half full. So be grateful for it, celebrate it, and let it remind you that you have everything you need to keep moving forward. Every habit you build, every effort you make, it all adds up. So keep showing up, because the small steps you take today are shaping the person you become tomorrow. That's it for this episode, my friends. And if you like it, please share it with people around you, because we all grow better when we do it together.